Gemini, what is up, y'all? How you doing? Guess what time it is? My favorite time of the month. Time for the mid-month messages. So why is that my favorite time of the month, man? I'm gonna tell you why. Because the intention that I'm putting into this reading is to see whether or not timelines have changed. Now, you may be asking, why would timelines change? I'll tell you why. Because the most important part of my readings, personally, is the advice. Why is that the most important part of the reading? I'll tell you. Because if you take the advice and you apply it to your situation, that does have the potential to give you the power to change your timeline. And that's the reason why I give it. So that's what we're going to look at here today. For those of you who would like a personal reading, check the description of the video and you will find the link that will take you straight to that page on my website. All right, let me see if I can remember how I was doing this last night. Oh yeah, I was starting off with the person from the past. Those of you who are inquiring about your ex. If you're not inquiring about an ex or someone from the past, this is not for you. Sit tight, I'll get to you in a minute. This one here is for the Geminis who are inquiring about an ex, someone from the past. Let's see if timelines changed. If they changed, did they change for the better or for the worse? What can we tell Gemini about the person that they dealt with in the past? Uh-oh, Lover's card reversed. This is also the Gemini card, and it's reversed. Well, the connection is getting kind of weak between the two of you. It's not quite as strong as it once was. Now, this could go both ways. If you still feel the connection as strong as you have this whole time, well, they don't. Somebody here, one, the other, or both of you, doesn't quite feel this connection as strong anymore. Could be a fellow Gemini for some of you. All right. Four of Cups in the reverse, Five of Pentacles. Well, so this person is still giving you the silent treatment. Y'all are still karmically tied. And guess what? They're still playing the victim. Hey, are they the victim? I don't know. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. But whether they are or they're not, they're still very focused on being a victim, whether they are or not. Kind of almost looks like the universe has slammed the door shut on this situation. Looks like it. And especially for being a karmic contract. I mean, unless you're dealing with a parent-child type of karmic contract, usually there's a temporary window of time for y'all to figure it out. Now, most of the time with parent and child karmic contracts, that door hangs open and remains a revolving door your whole life until death does you part. But usually with a friendship or relationship karmic contract, usually there's a little temporary window of time to where if you haven't figured it out by this time, tough shit. You got other contracts that you got to work on now. So that's when the universe slams the door shut on a situation. So that makes it very, 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 very difficult to try to go back and do things differently. King of Wands reversed. The universe probably doing you a favor anyways. You don't need no King of Wands reversed in your life. King of Swords, Ten of Swords. Yeah. All right, well, Ten of Pentacles reversed. Let's see this person's feelings and intentions. Person from the past Gemini dealt with. What are their true feelings and intentions? What I'm mainly looking for is their energy and what kind of person they are. That's the main thing I'm looking at. Let's see. Lovers card reversed again. So they don't quite feel the connection as strong as they once did. I think they still feel it a little bit. They still feel a little bit of unfinished business. But they're, for the most part, kind of letting this go. For the very most part. They're not 100% over it yet, though. Not 100%. There's the karmic wheel reversed again, too. This person's either already in a relationship or there's somebody they have their eye on. I'm honestly thinking for the majority of you, though, they're already with somebody else. That's what it feels like. That 10 of Cups right there in the heart of the spread. Feels like I said, if they're not already with somebody else, there's somebody they're trying to get with. So, well, man, it looks honestly like this connection is kind of just dwindling away between the two of you. But they are still putting on a show for you. So don't be confused about that. They're still putting on a show for you. Okay? Most of the time when this comes up in somebody's energy, about 90% of the time, something like this comes up with it. Meaning they're putting on a show to make it look like they're doing much better than they are. To make it look like they're much happier than they are, when in reality, this person's a fucking mess, for real. So they ain't doing nearly as good as it looks like they're doing. Some of you, this person may be struggling with addiction, possibly. Devil card reversed. Maybe they have bouts where they go back and forth from being sober. This person wouldn't even know how to approach you if they wanted to. They pretty much feel like they're left with no choice but to move on from this. Okay, well, that doesn't leave a lot of room for action here unless you take action. Let's get the advice. Let's see if that would even be a good idea. What's the advice for Gemini with the person from the past? Should Gemini reach out to this person or what? What's the advice? Ooh, 3 of Wands. That means wait. Now, okay, don't put your life on hold waiting for this person, but this is saying don't you be the one to reach out. I don't know why. It's not telling me. I might dig into that here in a minute, but it's saying wait. If they don't reach out, don't you reach out to them. Let me see if I can find out why. Why is that? Why the 3 of Wands? And in the meantime, keep your options open. Why the 3 of Wands? 10 of Wands reversed. You need to do some healing first before you connect with this person. Yeah, because this karmic cycle needs to be closed out. You need to be able to fully release this. So if you was to reach out right now, I'm not necessarily saying there would be a reconciliation attempt, but something would probably happen that would hurt. It would hurt worse. I don't know if, it's not really telling me what. I don't know if maybe they would say something that triggers you. Maybe just for the fun of it, they would say something that they would know hurts your feelings. You know, testing to see if they can make you jealous. You know, talking about who they've been fucking and shit like that. You know, just to try to hurt your feelings. Just to play around because it makes them feel better about themselves. And that would slow your healing process down. It'll slow it down. So for now, I'm not saying never talk to this person again, ever, unless you don't want to. But for now, let's just hold off on that for a little bit. And that right there is not any of my personal advice at all. That was strictly tarot advice. So just to let you know. I know I bend and twist the advice a lot, but that was none of my personal advice in that one, just to let you know. All right, now, let's see, who are we looking at next? Your love interest. single Geminis and your love interest. Our timeline's changing in September. If they change, are they changing for the better or for the worse? Or are things just staying the same? What's happening between Gemini singles, mainly, and the person you're interested in? Let's see. Wow, Six of Swords reversed. So it doesn't look like a lot is progressing here. But at the same time, you're not really making a solid decision as to what exactly you're going to do here. You're not really able to let go of this and move on from this. So you're still kind of lingering in the limbo, but it's getting to a point now where, like, the more time passes, the more disappointing it is. I don't know if you're dealing with somebody who's leading you on. Usually, the single people who come watch these videos who are dealing with a potential love interest, most of the time are dealing with somebody who's been leading them on. You know, like flirting with them here and there, and, you know, maybe y'all even fucked once or twice. I don't know, but I tell you what I don't have here. I don't have anything indicating a genuine love connection on either side, honestly. So it's some of you may be thinking that you're in love with this person, but you're not. There's some other form of attachment here that's tying you to this person. It may be possible emotional codependency. Maybe, I don't know what it is. There's some other form of attachment tying you to this person. There's not a love connection on either side. Not true love. And for those of you who have already been sexually intimate with this person, I know that's not all of you, but it's not looking like they're wanting to take things further than that. Devil card, King of Swords. Well, let's dig their intentions up deeper. Let's see if there's anything at the deepest level. Most of the time there usually is. Most of the time. How's this person feel about Gemini at the deepest level? Do they have any feelings at all? Page of Swords reversed. They got a lot of trust issues. They feel an unusually strong connection with you, but they have a lot of trust issues. So, there it is. There it is. I had a feeling. So yeah, at the deepest level, there's some feelings and emotions for you. At the deepest level. But I think due to trust issues, they're just putting their walls up. This person probably wants to remain single with the Nine of Cups there. Is this person like a lot younger than you for some of you? Or maybe, and I'm going way out on a limb with this. Some of you could be saying, no, this person's in their late 30s. Well, maybe were they in like a long-term relationship or a marriage all throughout their late teens and 20s and up to their mid-30s? That may only be one of you, you know, but this person, when it comes to dating and whatnot, they seem very immature and inexperienced. Like I said, I've seen people who, like, I remember I met this dude one time who was, at the time he was 38. He had been married since he was 18 and just got divorced like 2 years prior. And he was just out acting like a little fucking 16-year-old kid. You know, fucking around, playing the field, and just acting because he had just been locked down for so long. You know, he never got the chance to go out and play around the way he wanted to. You know, so I don't know. That may be going way out on a limb there, but it kind of seems like this person may be a little bit too immature, possibly, to process the feelings that they have and process this connection that they feel. Yeah. Advice. What's the advice? What's the advice? Ooh, the Emperor. All right, last shuffle, last one. Okay, well, it's time to make a decision here. One way or the other. It's time to make a decision here. By October, if a decision one way or the other hasn't been made, it's not going to look good. So I'm not going to tell you which decision to make. Okay? And the reason being is because there is karma here. I don't have the authority as a regular human to tell you what you should and should not do when there is uncleared karma. That's between you and your higher self. Okay? But I can tell you that this is not somebody that you can trust. This is not somebody mature enough to facilitate a successful, healthy, long-term relationship with anybody. But a decision needs to be made. I mean, I can tell you this until my face turns blue and the cows come home. But a decision needs to be made. Either I'm gonna go for this, or I'm not. For those of you who are gonna make the decision to go for this, you better shoot your shot. Better go for it. It's time to fucking lay it on the table. Let them know how you feel. You know, gotta go for it. No sitting around lingering and waiting. I caution you though, I caution you. Especially you ladies. Especially you ladies who are interested in a male. I caution you. This person doesn't really want a whole lot more than a sex-based connection. And this person's not somebody that you can trust, but take that information and do with it what you will. But yeah, September, I think, is like the last little window of opportunity that y'all are going to have to try to see what you're going to do with this. If not, then by October, it's past the point of no return. All right, now I'm going to read a situation that I don't think I've touched on at all for September. The new person. So this one is for the Geminis who have just very recently connected with a new person in their life. Just recently started dating someone, recently started talking to or seeing someone. Let's see how it's looking between Gemini and the new person. How's it looking? Man, what is with all the pages, dude? What is with all the pages? Okay, so some of you may have jumped into this pretty quickly with the Fool card there. Maybe something you jumped into real quick. Maybe you're kind of taking a step back and realizing that you jumped into this a little bit too quick. So this is the part that gets hard to describe. Whatever the next level is, which all of you are at a different level, so it's hard for me to generalize that. But whatever the next level is, an offer is not being made in September to take things to that next level. For example, let's say we just talking, right? It's kind of unspoken. Nothing's been made official. But you know when you're in one of those little situationships where we just talking, right? We talking and it's obvious. I know that you digging me, you know I'm digging you. And, you know, it's just kind of obvious, but nobody's really said anything directly and nobody's really made the offer. So obviously somebody has to take initiative to take things to the next level. All right, well, let's make it official. Change our Facebook relationship status, you know? Start posting selfies together and make it official, you know? For example, like let's say that's the next level. This person's not putting forth the initiative to take things to that next level. And so it's kind of like a plateau. So let's say, for example, you all connected in August and you've been pretty much stuck at the same level since August. It's looking like September is on that same level. If you just hang around and wait, doesn't look like the offer to take things to the next level is being made. So there may be a new, you may move on from this to a totally different love offer. I didn't expect that. Yeah, some of you may just kind of step away from this and throw in the white towel on this one here and go with somebody totally new. Let's look at this person's energy. What's their energy, their feelings, their intentions? How do they feel about you? What do they want with you? Boop, boop, be doo. 6 of Pentacles. Okay. Not bad. Not very emotional, but not bad. Oh, 9 of Wands. They got that guard up. All right. Knight of Pentacles reverse. I think they're too guarded. Yeah, they're waiting on you to make a move. Yeah. They're waiting on either you to make a move or they're just waiting for this to slowly transition into whatever it's going to turn into. I don't know why. It's kind of seeming like and looking like they're too guarded. Maybe they're afraid of rejection, possibly. I don't have that card here, but that's what this feels like. It's the only thing I could think. If, you know, we're talking, seeing each other, dating, fucking, whatever we doing. If I'm not taking things to the next level, but I do have feelings for you, I'm probably afraid of rejection. That'd be the only thing that I could guess. But I don't have that card here. This person's a very busy individual as well. They have a lot going on in their life. So they may be wondering whether or not they even have the time to settle down with anybody right now. Okay. Well, let's get the advice on this then. Advice on the new person. What is the advice on the new person? Okay, well, hang on. Okay. At some point, see, if you're waiting for this person to just like take initiative, they're not doing that anytime soon. Not doing that anytime soon. So here's your 2 choices. Either we got to have the what are we conversation, or again, if somebody else comes and grabs you up, hey, okay, cool. Do what you do. Like I don't think there's a right or wrong way to handle this situation right here. Not really. No, this is not your divine life partner. This is not your person. If it was, you wouldn't even need to watch this video. But if the 2 of you did get on the same page, you could have some potential here. But this is one, and so when it comes to the what are we conversation, it's like, when is it appropriate to have that conversation, you know? The way I see it, and this is just me, this isn't the cards, this is just me. I think after 1 month, of us like seriously talking, you know, talking, going out on dates, seeing each other, especially if we fucking. After a month, if we haven't had the what are we conversation, that conversation needs to be had. But I get it. Some people are way too sketchy about having that conversation. You know, some people just don't want to have it. So there's no right or wrong answer here. I think, though, personally, that it would be more fair for you to at least let the person know what you're concerned about. You know? So if y'all have just been kind of talking for like a month and a half and you haven't said anything, you haven't indicated that you're concerned about this, you haven't said or done anything to let them know that, you know, you're wondering what are we and where is this going, they may think that you just don't care. So if you just ghost them on the fly, that's not really fair. You don't want to just ghost somebody on the fly without letting them know how you feel. You know? Because then they'll be like, what the fuck? Everything was going great. Right? Or so I thought. That's how you were acting. You were acting like everything was going great. So I would recommend at least letting your concerns be known. Even if you do go ahead and step in with somebody else. But when it comes to stepping in with somebody else, you got to be real careful. Don't just jump straight in with the first person that comes along and grabs you up. You want to be a little bit more energetically aware than that. Whoops. Because this is telling me that some of you right now are kind of at a place where, like, basically you're like a mouse in the field and there's a lot of vultures in the treetops. Let's just put it that way. All right? All right, y'all. I feel like those were the messages that my Gemini family needed to hear, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget to check down there in the description of this video if you would like a personal reading. And I'm out of here now, y'all. I wish you love, luck, light, and prosperity on your journey. Stay blessed.